Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tree. For those who don't know me and are here for the first time, welcome. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Um, so I've been thinking about getting a new tattoo for a while now. Um, yeah, and I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to go make my appointment. I've decided what I want, and I've decided on the placement and everything. So I think almost there. But so I just decided, why not do a tattoo tag. Sorry, I have my glass of wine here with me. Yeah, so I decided to do a tattoo tag today for you guys. Um, yeah, I found some questions online and I shall be going through them. If my face looks really sweaty right now, excuse me. It is ridiculously hot. It is ridiculously hot in Cape Town today. Um, Last I checked, it said it's 31 degrees. Snapchat says it's 33 degrees. Nice. It is boiling. I'm literally sweating. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's get to the questions. At the moment, I have 5 tattoos. I think my 2 most recent ones are my favorite. Um, yeah, I can't pick between the 2. Like, I'm gonna say both of them. I was 24 years old when I got my first tattoo. I mean, I wanted one since I was, I think, in the 8th grade, 7th grade. I've wanted a tattoo since I was in the 7th grade, but my parents were not having any of it. They were like, nope, nope. As I said, I only got it late in life because they were not having it. They were like, you will not have tattoos as long as you're living under my roof. So I didn't have tattoos while I was living under their roof. I had to wait until I moved out. They're not, my parents are kind of conservative like that, so they're not about that tattoo life. And so, yeah. But I mean, they're not against me having them, they just don't get it. They're kind of old school like that. When I was in the 8th grade, one of my best friends' name was Amanda, and she gave herself a tattoo using like a needle, like a sewing needle, and and ink from like a pen, like a normal writing pen. She dipped the needle in the ink and she gave herself a little A on her ankle. I thought that was so kick-ass. I was so in awe. So, and that's when I fell in love with tattoos. Okay, maybe I didn't fall in love. I just was just like, oh, I want one, I want one. But over time, I just kind of fell in love with tattoos, and I was like, I'm definitely getting one. So 8th grade was when I decided I'm getting one, but I wasn't brave enough for all that giving yourself one or going behind your parents' back thing. I was a good little girl kind of growing up, so I I just couldn't do it without my parents' consent, and so I waited till I was an adult. Yeah, my inspiration. My tattoos kind of represent a I don't want to say a time. They represent like a learning in my life. Like when I learn something new or when I feel like something has been added to my life. They're representative of events or moments in my life. Definitely, right now I already know the next 2 that I'm getting. Like I already have plans for them. I already know what I'm gonna get done and placement. I'm 100% sure with one, and then I'm like 90% sure with the other. The one on my back, it took about 3 hours. Like when it started, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, over time, I was just so sick of that needle. I was so sick of that sound. I was just like, I wanted it all to just stop. And it just kept getting worse and worse because, like, 3 hours is a long time to be getting poked with a needle. Also, it kind of goes just past my spine a bit, and it also comes like kind of just underneath my armpit, kind of under boob area, but not really, just slightly. And that I was literally crying tears. And I, while I was on that bed, I was like, this is going to be my last tattoo. I'm never ever doing this again. This is too much. This is not worth it. And then as soon as I saw the final product, I was like, oh, yes, I love tattoos. Nope, I don't. I mean, the first one I got, when I look at it now, I'm like, I could have done this to add on to it, or I could have done, but what it is, the meaning still stands, and it's still a reminder, and it's still kind of boring. That's my only issue with it. It's boring. Um, but what it is and where it is and the fact that it's there forever, I don't regret that. Yeah, I might add on to it later in life, possibly. Um, yeah, because as I say, I just find it a bit boring and bland, and it's just there. But I want it to be there. I'm gonna go with my first one just because it was my first one. I was expecting pain. I was expecting it to be like intense, and it wasn't. And it was so quick, and then it was over, and I was just like, oh, that's it. Because I don't know. I feel like people have always made me think that tattoos are painful, so I was expecting pain, but there was like none, and I was just so kind of shocked. Music is very important to me. Music is life. Music is my religion. um, and at times in life when I couldn't talk to God, when I couldn't pray, music was my prayer. Music has always been how I connect with God, how I connect with everything, you know. Music is, it's like a life source. So music has just always been there to remind me that I'm human, remind me that I'm God's, and remind me that I'm connected to everything. It connects me. It is how my soul, it is where my soul thrives. I live in faith. I hope. I live in hope. I live in love. I see by faith. I move by hope. I exist in love. Something to that effect. I don't know. I don't know. I'm being trying to be deep here, but faith, hope, and love. I feel like those are super important in my life. My faith has changed from when I was a kid. What my faith looks like has changed from what my faith looks like now, but I still live in faith. It's a constant that I can't get away from. Like even in the moments where I'm like, when I'm faithless, it's my faith that pulls me back to my faith. Hope, hope. Being hopeless is the scariest thing for me. Like I don't know how people function without hope. I like, is it possible to function without hope? I don't know, cause like hopelessness is so dark, so empty. Also, my name is Hope. My name translated, not Tree, my actual real name that my friends gave me. Um, translated into English is Hope Sulafed. My name is Sulafed. Um, yeah, so that's Hope. And love. Love is love. Love. Like, I am love. I was born of love. I live in love. I live for love. Love. I want to be surrounded by love. I live in, like, I want my life to be a testimony of love. Let's move on to the next tattoo. It says Lief de Ven. Excuse my pronunciation. It is Love Wins in Afrikaans. I don't speak Afrikaans. I don't know why I got a tattoo in Afrikaans. It might have something to do with the fact that I had a crush on this musician but he was Afrikaans. He wore this headband that says Lief de Ven on it. Anyway, love wins. That's what it means. Because love wins. Like, in the end, that's all there is. Like, everything else can fall away if you have love. And you'll be good. And I don't mean like romantical love. I mean love in every sense. I mean like familial love. I mean like friendship love. I mean like platonic love. I mean like sibling love. I mean like just, yeah, love. Just love. God's love. Love, you guys. Love is, for me, is the end all and be all. Tattoo number 4 is my name, Solofelo, in Hebrew. Why Hebrew, you ask? Because that was Jesus' language. Yeah, honestly, that's why I chose Hebrew. When Jesus was alive back then in human form on earth, he spoke Hebrew. He was a dude. He spoke Hebrew. So that's, no, I guess my name would still be Tulifelo and he would still call me Tulifelo, or he would mess up the pronunciation because Hebrew people don't say Tulifelo. But that was his language, and he was Hebrew, and he wasn't a blue-eyed, blonde-haired white man from America. He was a Jew, a Hebrewic Jew. He was from the Middle East. He spoke Hebrew, and that's also a reminder that God is not what we see in the pictures. He's not what we think he looks like. No matter what picture you have of Jesus in your head, that's probably not what Jesus looked like. Whatever picture of God you have in your head, that's not what God looks like. Yeah, so that tattoo came in a place where I was starting to question my view of God and who God is in my head. And I was getting to this point where I'm like, God is not something I can hold in my head. He's not the pictures I see in Sunday school. He's not, So Jesus as a um, Jesus is a Jewish Middle Eastern man. Just that's what I decided to use as my reminder. My final tattoo is of Lauren Hill. I don't know if you can tell from the picture. Most people can, which is really nice. It's of Lauren Hill. I am a fan of the Fugees, and I'm a fan of the Miseducation, and I'm a fan of Sister Act 2. None of those reasons are why I got a picture of Lauren Hill on my back. I mean, I love all of those, really. But the reason I got a picture of Lauren Hill was Lauren is, or the Lauren Hill I have in my head, the Lauren Hill I've built up in my head, is kind of the woman I'd like to be. She's musical. She's spiritual. She's womanly. She's beautiful. She's authentically black. She's I don't know, maybe I should explain these things as I'm saying it. If you listen to Lauren Hill's music, especially that MTV what MTV Live, that one, she comes across very spiritual, like she's spiritually aware, like she knows who she is in God and who God is to her and who God is. Like, it's not like a learned Sunday school God, John 3:16. You know, like she's aware, like she's experienced God. Um, I don't like using the word God because God, when you say the word God, it this is about tattoos, not religion, not spirituality, or but God has a certain connotation and it comes with a certain picture when you say the word God. But also when you say the universe, people have this separate concept of what that is. And to me, they are one and the same thing. God is bigger than this idea of God that I have. He's massive. He's uncontainable. He's the something bigger. He's the Big Bang. He's bigger. He's bigger. So when I say God, that's what I mean. I just mean bigger. Yeah. So yes. So she seems to know that and acknowledge that and be in that. So spiritual. Also, the musical I think is self-defined. She's also creative. Like she's a musician and she's an actress, and you know, she's creative and she's just beautiful. And she's not beautiful in a white aesthetic, if I may say so. Like, as in she has black features, like the big lips and the nose, and she just radiates beauty fully in her blackness. Like sometimes I just look at her and just stare at her and I'm just like, my God, she's gorgeous. And this is getting too deep. This was supposed to be a fun video. But yeah, I don't know how. For me, the worst part is you get super excited about the tattoo right before you do it, and you're making plans and you're designing, and then you make your appointment and you go and you talk with your artist and he's like, and then you're doing it and then it's done and you're like, oh my gosh, I have this tattoo. And then there's the healing process, and then after it's healed, it's kind of like all that excitement is gone. And then you start itching for a new one. But I think that's, like, as I said, like all my tattoos have meaning to them. So when I see them, I remember. But I don't really see them often. Like, they kind of just become a part of you, and you kind of get used to them, and then you almost forget about them. But I guess that's everything, hey? Just everything in life. You get used to it, and then it kind of just, let me not get deep. Come back. Whew. Um, I guess the hardest part is coming up with what you want the tattoo to be of and where you want it to be. Um, all my tattoos are pretty much hidden. Like they're not like all up in your face. They're not like they're invisible parts, but visible parts where you could miss them if you didn't look, or I can easily cover them up or whatever. So finding a placement that's gonna look nice, but be in a place where I could hide them if I needed to. And also maybe, some people still have negative connotations of what tattoos are and what they mean and all of that stuff, and that can be hard. That, well, it hasn't been an issue for me, but like with like job hunting or even in places like church where tattoos are still seen as, but like, older generations, they're still seen as a negative thing. You're looked at a certain way if you have tattoos. I guess that can be hard as well, but yeah, I haven't faced any of that really. No, I guess that is all. Yeah, leave any questions or comments or feedback or anything. If you would like to see what other videos you'd like to see, what other tags you'd like me to do, leave all of that down in the comment section. Hit subscribe so you know when I put up a video again, you'll be well informed in time so you don't miss it. Yeah, and I hope you liked the video, and I hope you have a great day, night, morning, further, whatever. Okay, bye.